Race 23. We're one race away from the finale, and this means we have one more driver to eliminate. Five drivers, a fourth of the initial chase grid is now still on, and we've seen a ton of drivers fall off, but now we still have to see one more before we get achieve our final four going into Daytona. Who will that be? We'll find out at the Pennzoil Cup Series Race 23 at Phoenix. The Pennzoil Polo Doodoo, Kyle Singer driving the number 11 car to add to his numerous pole awards already this year. Definitely a good qualifier. Going to see if we can get his first win too. Green flag down into turn 1. The 11 with Shark Energy on the hood, pretty much for all season. Lights his car down into the turn 1 and out of turn 2. Through the tri-oval on the backstretch, Derek Petrie trying to fight back on the outside. However, it's not really the preferred line. That Heineken Chevy looking to try to achieve a win as well. He has won at Eagles Point, but it's looking to get a second one for Rascal Racing. As Kyle Singer clears coming off the corner, he'll take the second lap. Here, looking back, this is Jake Booker in the BP Chevy. That 5 car is looking very strong in points for now. 20 points, I believe, ahead of Jay Darrell, which is second in points. He's pretty much safe for an entire race. I mean, things could go horribly wrong and he could be kicked out right now, but I doubt that will happen. And Jake Booker is just looking for a solid top 10. If he can get that, he'll be really hard to beat next week at Daytona. However, we take our eyes off the lead for 1 second. We already see Derek Petrie coming out the lead. That Heineken Chevy looking very strong in practice. He did show a really good qualifying run too, and wouldn't be surprised if we see him win here today. But we got a caution in the back in the trial hole, and I don't know where it is. There's a cloud of smoke on the backstretch, and Derek Petrie, I believe, got the lead there at the line. Looking back, this is Brett Brown, who's going to get turned around by the 10 of Jason McCarthy, and down will not hit anything. That Taco Bell Toyota will continue on for Ultimate Racing. It's just a little contact, a little accident, no harm, no foul, no damage. We'll keep going. Green flag is out yet again here as we go to the Heineken car is still leading in this race, as that was a power move by Kyle Collins in the 83 to get underneath the 11 car, moving him back up the track, which is not the preferred line, so we might be falling back a few more spots before he gets in line. Looking back, I see 4th place is the Mapei Dodge. That 68 car is another chase driver. One of the 5 still left in, and one of the 3 Dodges that are actually in the chase right now, so Dodges are really prevailing when it comes down to the chase right now. We have to see if maybe a Dodge will go home, or maybe one of the 2 Chevys. No more Toyotas left in the field, but that was really close. Michael Jones got in the left rear, and all the 5 sideways, and the 5 got up in the 11, and that was almost disastrous for a number of guys, plus 2 of the chasers. And that's not what you want to be when you're 20 points ahead of 2nd place. You just want to ride it out right now, and being almost at a 90-degree angle in the corners is not what you call safe driving. And right now they're at a perfectly comfortable spot up inside the top 5. Rick Witt, at least Rick Witt, I bet he'd like Jake Booker to fall back a little bit more. But who's falling back? This is the 43 car. He's falling back just a bit from the restart. Just achieved his first win at Watkins Glen last week. Looking for a good one here today to back it up. And currently 2nd in points. We're looking at the other Jay Barker, one of the other Chevy, I mean. He's currently running an okay race, but one of the last cars on the grid, he definitely needs to make something happen, or at least finish a lot far ahead of the 5 car. And here's our last car, the 3rd Dodge. Webster Zygarde having an alright day. Started towards the back and is subtly moving his way forward. That Dodge wasn't that good in qualifying or practice at all, but they've seemed to make a couple adjustments and have been moving their car up towards the front of the field. That unsponsored Dodge looking alright at the moment. But obviously all heads pointed to Jake Booker, currently the number 1 driver in the chase points and the number 1 driver on the track. Well, not necessarily. The number 1 driver on the track is Derek Petrie, but he is the number 1 driver in points. Derek Petrie still pulling out at least a comfortable distance from Kyle Collins. We got a caution on the track. That's over down in turn 2, and we're gonna look at the replay here, see what happened. Oh man, that's Jay Darrell who got turned into the 42 car. So far, no caution here. We're looking at the 10 car. What is he doing? He's on the apron, and the 14's gonna hook him back up in track. That's a huge hit. And no safer barrier there, and that was a hard hit from both ends for Jason McCarthy. who had looked like got loose on the apron or just couldn't move. He was really wobbly and just downright slow on the apron. I don't know, and I guess Ryder Smith ran into the back room. Here's the replay. Onboard Jacob 2. Yeah, the 43 car is going to body slam him. He's going to get hit by the 43 and hit the inside wall at the same time. And we're going to look up in front. Jacob 2's wondering what these guys are doing. And I guess it looks like the 14 car just didn't know where the 10 was going. And yeah, that was a hard hit. The 14 car took air. That's both Premier Racing Motorsports cars, and I'm sure they're going to have a team meeting after this. That's tough luck for their team, as they aren't the best team in this sport, and aren't the most profitable either. Green flag is out as Derek Petrie will take the green, but Rick Witt's going to make a sly move on the inside. That green AP car going for the lead right now, and that would be definitely beneficial in this chase right now. The 5 car fell back just a bit on pit stops there, and I just want to point out that 49 car right there, he did not take any tires at all, and that is actually that's not a well-funded car. That 49 car, it's good to see him running up there in that 3rd spot, currently not falling back too bad, and Blanky's doing alright right now. I mean, I just want to say, this is actually Webster Zygarde's teammate, but he hasn't had the success in the 12 car. It's almost like they put more effort into the 12 car. Obviously it's worked, he's still in the chase, but the 49 car just seems to have not been able to qualify. Got some help from Mood, he's been able to qualify for a bit more races, so good to see Blaine Keys up there in front right now. Looking back towards the field, this is actually another new driver, but an old driver, but in a new scheme. This is Mark Francis Alonso driving the 19 GoDaddy Chevy for Ferdinand Gabot, who had to step out, I believe, at race 18 for fainting during an autograph session, and he hasn't been back in the car since, and they hired Mark Francis Alonso from Checkered Flag Motorsports to drive, and he hasn't had much success over there. He does here. Looking at Rick Witt right now, that AP Dodge currently pulling away from the field, as those 2 tires seem to be working at least a little bit. But you know what's working even better? No tires. I don't know where the 49 was, but he was definitely outside the top 20, and now he's actually competitively racing with the front cars. And I think that just having the no tires and having them worn a little bit just might be letting him have a bit of more grip than he usually would have. 33 car though is on 4 tires, as well as the 24 car, so you can see the fresh Goodyear Eagles actually starting to play a little bit of a factor here. They're starting to come up just a little bit more. A guy that's kind of faded off the map most recently is Kyle Singer, who qualified in the pole. That 11 Shark Energy car has been dropping back since the start due to just being hung out to dry on the outside and in pit road. But a car has been doing the opposite of that, even though he isn't mid-pack, is Webster Zygarde. We were just talking about Blaine Keys up there. I guess the entire team has a good showing right now going for them, as the 12 car has moved from, I believe, around 27th up to about 14th, so definitely a good outing for that chase driver. And what do you know, Blaine Keys is going for the lead, and I don't know what to say. This unsponsored car is having a run at the 68 car, who's going for the chase. Blaine Keys has been surprising a lot of people, not recently, but over the course of the year. He didn't have too good of a run at Martinsville, and was more of a wrecker at that track, but it's been subtle. I believe he showed up at Dover and finished 8th. And a couple other races he did pretty well as well. Sonomi had a good running as well before he had a wreck. But Blaine Keys showing that if he get a little bit better equipment, maybe he'll be able to race with these guys up front. Definitely showing he's a good driver, so that 49 car, kudos to him. And also pointing out, that's the 83 car going by. He's having this fast car, 4 fresh tires running. The other car that has 4 fresh tires that I mentioned, another car that's completely unsponsored. This is the Minnesota Motorsports car of Marco Sopatro. Now, he's also had, I guess, maybe luck. He hasn't had any success since then, but Atlanta, race 3, he managed to come home with the win, almost as a fluke, and managed to work the pit strategy to his advantage and win on his first ever race. And that was incredible to see in that 24 car. It was a great day for Hesky. We're looking back. How about add another car to this list? Here's Trey Phelps. He's running just inside the top 10. That 91 car is a completely underfunded team, driving a Pontiac, which which might not even be back in the season next year. The only words on the car is hashtag stop bullying, and that's his own sponsor, so no funding behind that team. RHI is just struggling to stay in the series, and it's just just good to see all these cars up there. That's 3 completely white unsponsored cars up front in the field. But we're going to look back at some of the cars who are not having such good days. Nick Purcell's Jay Barker, who really needs to have a good day. He's off the line right now of being safe, just anywhere but. I'm also seeing Ryan Dunn, though that's not really surprising anymore. I would be caught dead saying that back at race 14. But looking up there, Mark Francis Alonso also not having a good outing for that 19 car. And I see Kevin Ulrich, and also back there, and just in the way back, Jacob 2 was holding on pretty strong without even a hood. And obviously we know why he's back there. But, I mean, the 2 car, he's got to step his game up. He's going to be the one who's going to say bye to the Chase hopes if he does not make something happen. Back in the field pretty quickly, we're going to see Jay Durrell also inhabiting back here. He's the 4th car right now. He's a lot safer than the 2 cars, but nowhere near as good as in a position as he want to be. In fact, he's 20 points behind the 5. If anything, he's not even going to have a shot at even bursting with the 5 car, even if he does make it to Daytona next week. I mean, that's what you gotta all think forward to as well. It's the points don't reset. You still got your points, and right now with a 20-point lead, the 5 car just might be skating through unharmed, and that 5 car just might take it with ease, as he is running 2nd place right now. But I'd also want to point out 1st place, Kyle Collins in the 83 car doing a very good job as well. And he was a chase driver. I believe he finished 10th right now, and he's out as of now. I don't think he's getting back in on what I was saying that for. But looking back there, also on 4 tires is the Addison Steinbach car, the first 2-time winner in a row in the series. Looking back, Aaron Lukes also moving up inside the top 5. That made the switch from Alley Motorsports to Rascal Racing early in the year. We gotta spin multiple cars in the outside wall in turn 2. And that was a big crash. I think it was 5 cars back there. And it looks like it's gonna be Blaine Keys. Oh no! And Jack Newman, Blaine Keys on his side a little bit. Marco Sopitra, there's all 3 of the underfunded teams, and how catastrophic for them. All of them having great runs. We're going to ride on board Webster Zygarde. Webster Zygarde's going to be in it. That was a huge hit, and that is not good for the Dodge. And, oh boy, I said Jay Barker was in trouble. Now the 12 cars, they're going to have to get their catastrophe mode on, and, man, they're going to have to pull something out of somewhere. He's going to get run in the back by Jack Newman. He's obviously not a happy camper either. I think it was because that the 49 kind of pulled down on him, but that is not good for the 12 team at all. We're looking at 5 cars involved: Trey Phelps, Marco Sopitra, and Blaine Keys. Obviously not good to see that for. On the restart here, the 12 car did start in the tail end of the lead lap on the front of the field, but obviously he's going to get passed really quickly. His chase hopes are dwindling right now. But the 83 will still manage to hold on to the lead. But look who's riding right there in 2nd. I mean, you just cannot keep your 5 car outside the lead. The top 5. I mean, this is crazy. That 5 is just going to sail on to Daytona without a problem. And I do not see it happening. I just didn't see anyone beating the 5 car unless something big happens. Anyways, we're going to see the 11 cars actually right now really hammering on the back of the 5. That is your pole sitter. You see, he's going to actually help the 5 car get by the 83. Pretty much manufacturers working together. We haven't seen that much this year, as the Toyotas have seemed to been the top cars, but Chevys have come alive. We don't see any Toyotas actually still left in the series. That is one of the surprising things that I've noticed. Back on topic, the 22 car has made its way into the top 5. And running for Tanker Motorsports, a driver that turned into a team owner after he got let loose. And Ryan Lenning decided to pick up on that and join the team. And funded by Take 5, he is running a good race out here at Phoenix today. And Webster Zygarde, the sad story is here, he is not making any time up on the leaders at all. In fact, he is definitely the slowest car. But we got a caution on the field, and oh boy, another caution. And it's going to be almost the exact replica of the 48 crash, but the 22 car is going to hit head-on into the inside wall. And, well, I guess I just jinxed it. The 22 car is not going to be taking home a top 5, no pun intended, home after this race. So tough luck for the 22 car. Make things worse for Blankies and have his engine explode, why don't you? As pretty much all of the White Warriors that were underfunded are now pretty much out of the race. So tough luck for them. Green flag is out. Kyle Collins will take it down into turn 1. Kyle Singer right behind him. And Blinks' Toyota looking very strong. 4 tires on that car. And I believe Kyle Singer has 4 tires as well. So forget that. But the 83 car is just doing very, very nice job up front. We got another caution in the back. And, well, this is seeming to be a trend. Cautions bring cautions. And we are definitely seeing that right now. Looking back, focusing on the 16 car of Nick Purcell's, almost an identical wreck. The 7 car is going to get into the 42, his second wreck as well as the 42, and the 16 car has not had a good car all day long, and his miserable night. I also saw Daniel Foyles in the wreck as well. I'm going to be riding on board the 42 car. Ouch, that was a smack in the inside wall. Multiple hard hits for the 42 car just to basically finish off the crippled 42 car, and I don't think he'll be too sorry to leave this race here right now. Back underway as the 83 is taking more restarts than he can handle right now, but still breathing down his neck is the 11 car of Kyle Singer. That Shark Energy Chevy will not leave his back bumper, and frankly I don't see the 83 car pulling away much from him. But look at who they pulled away from. That is the pack, and I don't know what happened. Someone might have gotten loose, but the 83 and the 11 have checked out. I believe that's the 42 car. He's tried to limp it back to pit road. I believe the engine finally gave out. But it won't take long for the 11 actually to take the lead away, and he'll actually go back to the lead for the first time since the first lap of the race in that Shark Energy Chevy. The race is winding down, so this might be the best time for the 11 to get back in the lead. Yeah, there's the 42 car in pit road just sitting there. Don't know if that's going to bring on a caution or not, but we'll just have to see. I believe the tow trucks are going to get him off. Looking at Rick Witt right now having a successful run for his chase endeavors right now. I believe he's 3rd place, and Jake Booker well in the back, and I'd say well in the back. There must have been some problem with the 5 car. I believe that might have been why the field was jacked up. You see him, he's back in 18. I have no idea how he got back there. I believe he just got left out to dry, and well, he's from the top 5 car to 18th place. That is a huge gimme for the rest of the chasers right now, well, except for the 2 car. 5 is still the 3rd highest running chaser. The 2 car, not too far behind, is not had a good run. I believe he's gotten in the back of somewhere. His code is a bit crinkled up, along with other cars that have had their bad troubles today. 48 and 7 cars being those 2. Kyle Singer, though, after passing the 83 car, has not managed to check out at all. But they're still seeming to check out from the field. The 68 car is the first car in 3rd place trying to run him down, although I'm pretty sure he's just fine where he is. But Kyle Singer coming here with the final lap on his mind. The 11 car has checked out just a bit from the 83 car. I believe that is enough of a cushion to get him to the finish. And someone's coming out of pit road. I believe that's Brett Brown, but he'll stay out of the way. The 11 and the 83 car are still having their duel going down into turn 3 and out of turn 4, and it does not look like the 83 will have anything for him. Wave the checkered flag for the 11 car. That will give Minnesota Motorsports their 2nd victory of the season, and Kyle Singer's 1st victory. And came a while. He was here at the All-Star race, but he was here at the Bud Shootout, but finally managed to get his win all the way in race 23. And that Shark Energy Channel Lock Chevy will win from the pole. So great job for the 11 car, as he'll take home the top spot on the podium. Kyle Collins and Aaron Lukes. Luke's doing a great job, his best finish in his career. Good job for Rascal Racing right there. Rick Witt, a solid 4th place finish, as none of his other chase contenders are on the top 10. So Rick Witt might have picked up a ton of points there with that 4th place finish. Minnesota Motorsports also has Cody Russell finishing 5th, Matt Hotchkiss 6th. Mark Francis Alonso come down to nowhere in 7th. Addison Steinbeck, Michael Jones, and Ryan Dunn pick up top 10. Brian Boone on 11th. Quiet day for the 70 car. 12th, Marcos Opatro. He'll actually come back for a somewhat decent run. All Minnesota Motorsports cars inside the top 12. Trey Phelps as well doing a good job in 13th. Kevin Ulrich in 14th. Jay Durrell will not have the best of runs, but he will still finish in front of the number 5 car in 15th. And you see right there, there's 3 chasers, 15, 16, and 17. And you can see the rest of the cars down to 20th. But the big news here, Webster Zygarde in 23rd, and I have a hunch that might be the car going home, as he wasn't too high in points coming into this race. 6 cars did not finish the race, 7 cars I mean, Jacob 2 on down, and I'd be a little suspicious to see what the Premier Racing Motorsports guys are going to have to say about Jason McCarthy's and Ryder Smith's collision as well. It's not like the 10 had been in a wreck already anyway, too. And here's your points. By 3 points, Jade Barker edges out the 12th car, and he'll make it to the Final 4. And folks, there on your screen is your Final 4. Or should you call it Final 3. Jade Barker is not even in contention to win the chase anymore. He is just too far back from the leader, Jake Booker. If he actually had 136 points... Yeah, if he had 136 points, he might have had a chance, but no, he is out of range of being in the chase and eligibility for the chase win. The Pennzoil Cup Series will see you next time at Daytona, where we conclude everything. Thank you all so much for watching. There are your songs. I'll see you next time at the finale.